welcome back to Daytime here on Rogers TV. Now we're all ready for the day.
Ready.
We are about to get great advice on headaches, what causes them, what to do about them. Apparently, I read that you just have to get rid of your co-host for a day or something, but Derek wrote that. So there you go. We're going to find out. He's a naturopath and wellness expert and is the star of her very own TV show here on Rogers TV.
Yay.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How's everything going? You're having fun?
It's great. We're having lots of fun.
Give your show a plug.
Yes. So yesterday we talked about colds and flus, and you can watch it again Tuesday at 2 and Thursday at 2. And next week we have a great show coming up, breast health for women.
Oh, so, good. Excellent. Conversation with you today because we're specifically talking about headaches. And now you mentioned hot headaches, cold headaches.
Yes.
I didn't even know there was a difference.
Yeah, well, you know, in Chinese medicine, I think the assessment techniques of Chinese medicine is fantastic. And what they talk about is invasion of cold and hot or heat. So if we think about it, if you have a headache and it's from a cold-related invasion, again, in terms of the environment, we are thinking about people who are very depleted. There may be hypoglycemic, hypothyroid. Their body systems are really low, and that's they're sluggish. So maybe their liver's not working properly, and so they're getting a headache from that.
So are you talking about the proverbial ice cream headache?
Yeah.
Right?
I guess you could throw that in there too.
That's
sure.
one of them, right?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, those types of things.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what happens with an ice cream headache is you eat something very, very cold, and a headache is caused from a vascular dilation and then a quick contraction. So you can just imagine if the vessels are contracting, how much that would hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
okay.
kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so then what's a hot headache?
Okay, so have you ever seen a woman, you know, sitting there going
Yes,
like this?
yes.
Yeah.
I won't name
Hot
any names.
flashes.
Stepmom.
Hot flashes, right. So that's an invasion of too much heat in the system.
Okay.
So a menopausal woman would have an invasion of too much heat, or somebody who's maybe hypertensive. Their blood pressure is way too high and they're getting a hypertensive related headache. So these are some of the causes of
Now,
headaches.
are there only the two?
No, in Chinese
Okay.
medicine, you can have invasion of wind, you can have invasion of heat, dryness, cold. So you've got all the environmental factors which settle into the body and create an obstruction in that particular meridian for optimal flow.
Where does stress fit into this picture?
Okay, that would be a really good point. So initially in stress, when our body produces a lot of adrenaline, cortisol, all that would be a hot headache.
Oh,
you know,
really?
you've got too much going on. You can see it when people have that kind of a headache. You know, they're doing this. There's too much going on. And then if people, for example, are under stress for a long period of time, their body gets depleted. So they're the type of people that are exercising and they're feeling exhausted after exercise. So they're, you know, you see them, they finish exercising and they're kind of sitting like this. Like
So-
they've you know, they've had
Right.
it. Yeah.
Wait, so there's, you know, your regular headache. When does it get to that next level that it becomes a migraine headache? Why do some people have it so intense like that?
That's a great question. There's a lot of research going on about migraine headaches and their relationships, but there's a stronger neurological association with migraine headaches. A lot of people get the typical aura, so they see things, so there's an ocular association, and we believe that there's an impact on the ocular nerve, and it's creating either the white flashes or the lights that people see. We also know that foods can very much be related to migraine headaches, and for sure we know that hormones have an impact on migraine headaches too.
Yeah. Let's talk about what we can do when we do get one.
Okay, perfect. So with this time of the year, you know, I brought in the water.
Thank
and
goodness. I need some. So that
and we
okay.
were talking about, okay, this is the time of the year where everybody gets dehydrated. Why? Because we're tired. Normally the body at this time of the year, there's less sunlight. So it's our natural kind of body's reaction to cocoon. You know, you see people putting sweaters on, they want to sit by the fireplace, they kind of want to hang out. So when that happens, because we're trying to fight that, we have extra coffee or caffeine, and that dehydrates you.
Okay.
In addition, you've got people, there's more parties, things happening, you're drinking more, and that all is part of dehydration.
Okay.
So, seeing that you worked out,
we're
I
actually
figured,
getting water. I love this.
that we
Can
would.
I ask, back up a little bit to what you were saying about the hot person and the cold person and whatever? Like I'm constantly freezing, right?
Yes.
And I feel great after I do a workout.
Yes.
Okay. Would this make me a cold person?
It's not necessarily a cold person or a hot
cold type
person.
or whatever?
Yeah, it's more related to that health condition, what type of environmental situation is invading. So let's say you had a headache. I would have to look at your tongue to understand, is it more of a cold or a cold or a hot invasion? And in your circumstance, it would probably be in response to heat. Just knowing you, knowing your lifestyle, you've got a lot on the go, it would probably be an overstimulation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cheers.
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 This is number one.
Number one, you want to drink at
Hydrate.
least half your body weight in water. In ounces. And then secondarily, water, it's got great properties. The other thing that you can do with it is, because the headache is up here and you've got vascular constriction up here, you can put your feet in warm water. And what that does is it reduces the flow, it diverts the congestion for a little while, and it helps to alleviate a headache.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
So those are a couple of things. And then we can talk about the type of headaches that might be related to stress. So there's stress formulas. This is a fantastic remedy. It's a remedy called Tromos, or rescue remedy. Exactly. It's called yoga in a bottle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, that's our term for it.
Yeah.
But it's really fantastic. It has different herbals in it that are in what we call Bach flower remedy form, and they are to relax the nervous system and contracted muscles.
Now, do you ingest this, or do you?
You do, yeah. You can actually drop a couple drops into your water.
Okay.
And you can actually sip it throughout the day if you've got a headache that's related to stress and nervousness, or you can drop it directly under the tongue and use it that way too.
What about just in terms of maintenance, Joelle? Like, if you don't have a headache necessarily, but you do live a ridiculous, stressful life and that sort of thing, can you just sort of take a drop here and there too?
Sure. Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes. Yes. It's a very wonderful remedy. Kids can use it. It's great. It's very easy.
All right. What else have you got?
Another simple thing that you can do is lavender oil. And what you basically do is, lavender has the ability to open up your sinus passageways. It's an antimicrobial, but it's also an anti-inflammatory. So you can actually take a couple of drops, rub it onto the temples. You could even put a couple of drops on your pillow in your bath water, and that just gives a lovely aroma, and that just helps to, again, reduce the congestion to the area.
Interesting.
So
when you get a headache, is there swelling?
Well, there's vascular expansion and contraction. So prevention, again, another thing that you can do is you can take magnesium and calcium. So magnesium and calcium both help in smooth muscle contraction. So if you've got a headache, and I know I was doing the yoga pose the other day, and I was doing the stretch, and I found that my shoulders came up at the same time. I thought, okay, I need some magnesium and calcium, because what happens, of course, is when you're under stress, your muscles start contracting, and your muscles go into tension.
Right.
So by using a little bit of extra calcium and magnesium preventatively, that can really help those kinds of headaches.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Time for another?
Okay, so then we have some homeopathic remedies. So this particular remedy has a combination of homeopathic remedies, but let's talk about the holidays coming up. A great remedy would be Colubrina. Colubrina is for headaches where there's overindulgence. So you've had too much cream sauce, too much to drink, too much coffee, not enough sleep.
Eggnog, gravy.
Yeah, so any of that would respond to a remedy called Colubrina. Lycopodium is another really great headache remedy, and that would be where you've also got a lot of bloating and gas and a lot of liver congestion associated with that headache. So those are two simple homeopathic remedies. Now, what about if you really, really have a headache and it's immediate right now? So there's different combinations that are put together, and this particular product is great. It is a natural pain formula, and its active ingredients include things like white willow. White willow has anti-inflammatory properties, and also as well it has a little bit of wild yam in it, which also reduces inflammation.
Amazing.
So those are simple things.
So there
Yeah,
you go.
great.
We have everything from drinking a glass of water to going to your white willow.
Yeah.
We have
You got
the
your
whole
prevention and
spectrum.
when you've got it.
Fantastic. And we're so happy that even though you have your own show, you still visit us once a month
this
to
is
give us some
home.
tidbits as well. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Joelle.
As we said, make sure you tune into her show. The live show happens. You can call in, ask questions Mondays at 3 p.m. right here on Rogers TV, and there are also repeats throughout the week as well, so you can catch that.